Life insurance agents, hey, I'm going to talk to you about the law of exposure. This is something that I've been thinking about a lot of recently, and I've been doing this now for about 10 and a half years in this business, and I've seen a lot of people come, a lot of people go, and a lot of brand new agents are asking me, Nick, what does it take to be successful? And you hear the same thing every single day. Mindset, skill set, blah, blah, blah. You got to work 30 hours a day and, this and that. But I wanted to give you a quantifiable tip that you can take to make sure that you succeed beyond your wildest dreams. And that quantifiable tip is a law similar to the law of gravity, the law of attraction. This law is for life insurance agents. It's called the law of exposure. Now, what the law of exposure states is the following. Listen, when I started in this business, I was hungry, I was motivated, I wanted to make as much money as I could, but I also wanted to build residual income and residual wealth. So I didn't just want to just sell a bunch of business and have it all fall off and be a flash in the pan. I wanted to create generational wealth. And so the thing that I did is the thing that I'm going to teach you. And I'm looking over the last 10 and a half years of, I've always made a lot of money in this business. And I, say that humbly. There's a lot of people that make a lot more than me. There's a lot of people that make a lot less, but I look at the last 10 and a half years and I've lived a really, really awesome lifestyle. And I think a part of that is like one thing that I really understood was the law of exposure. And it was like this unwritten law that I sort of look back and like, you know what? That was a big reason as to why I made so much money and I had a great lifestyle and was able to do a lot of, really, really cool stuff. I mean, crying out loud, within 5 years into the business, I was able to semi-retire my wife and we built our dream home, dream cars, dream lifestyle. And we haven't done nothing yet compared to where we're going. But the law of exposure is a big reason as to why I was able to create this lifestyle and help so many people create a great lifestyle for the family. So I'm going to give you that law right now. The law of exposure states this. See, in the life insurance business, there's something called exposure. And what that means is how many sales have you written? How much ALP or how much annual life premium have you accumulated versus how much has fallen off? So it's basically the word exposure, in my opinion, it's like a risk mitigation term. And so how can you use this as a brand new agent? Nick, what the heck are you talking about? I'm about to break it down very, very simply. See, what I notice is in this business, especially if you're a brand new agent, this business is like a jackpot business. And what I mean by that is, listen, your first day in the field, you might go out there and write a deal for $300 a month. And for those of you in the business know, that's 3,600 ALP. You're going to make about $2,000 when it's all said and done, right? About 1,800 bucks in your pocket, just like that. And you might be like, holy cow, I just made almost $2,000 in 45 minutes. I'm rich. No, you're not, because you're not factoring the law of exposure. What does that mean? And how does it pertain to this? See, if you take let's say you take two agents side by side, one agent closes one $3,600 deal every single week. Or let's just say one $4,000 deal every single week. Just one. Let's say he worked or she worked for 1 hour, closed one $4,000 deal every single week. At the end of the week, that person would have made $2,000. At the end of the month, they would have made $8,000. That's six figures. Hey, last time I checked, that's a pretty good lifestyle. 4% of America makes six figures. And they're like, I'm rich, right? And then you take agent number two, who closes four $1,000 deals per week. At the end of the month, who's wealthier? I'm going to tell you, it's agent two, the person who closed four $1,000 deals. They both still made the same amount of money. How is this person wealthier? Or why do they have a higher probability of accumulating wealth versus agent number one, who just closed one $4,000 deal? Here's why. See, in our business, we have fall off, we have churn, we have, clients canceling, we have clients getting declined. All types of stuff can happen. And if you're not closing at least 4 sales a week, you run the risk of running into retention problems. Now, if you don't know what that is, retention problems means you write a deal, the deal falls off, it messes up your retention ratio, you become less profitable for the company, less profitable for yourself, and you could run up a bad situation very, very quick. That is why if you take the one guy who's closing $4,000 of ALP a week off one sale, by the end of the month, let's say that guy had one of those deals cancel, he had $4,000 of business fall off. So if you think about it, one deal, the guy just lost 33% of his entire month's production versus the other guy, Steady Eddie, let's call him, who's closing 4 deals a week, which is 16 deals a month. Let's say he has one deal cancel. He's still very profitable because only $1,000 of business fell off. So think about it. That's less than 5%, less than 10% of his accumulative production for the month. So this guy understands the law of exposure. He's building a book of business and he's working off of activity, not just ALP, not just production. So if you're a brand new agent, what can you learn from this? First of all, you have to close a minimum of 4 sales per week. Minimum. And guys, I don't like talking averages. I don't like talking minimum. Obviously, you want to shoot for, way more than that. But I'm talking about come heck or high water, you got to close 4 deals a week. You have to. Because if you do this, I promise you, within 90 to 180 days, and again, this is my opinion, within 3 to 6 months, you're going to start to see release money. The company is going to start paying you residual income because you're working the law of exposure in your favor. I mean, let's just do the math. You close 4 deals a week. That's 16 deals a month. That is, just under 60 deals over 90 days. And if you're doing it the right way and you're selling people and closing them the right way with a high level of trust, a high level of integrity, a lot of those deals are going to be on the books and you're going to start to accumulate and get paid out massive release checks very, very quick. Guys, after 90 days, I got my first check. It was over like $1,100 just in release money. And I wasn't going that crazy. Like my first 90 days in the business, I think I might have closed $60,000 of business. Now we have brand new agents doing that in a week. It's crazy. But back when I was driving around all over town, brand new, running the association leads, everyone knows what those leads are. I mean, getting 1,100 hours a month in residual income after 90 days is pretty freaking sweet. I mean, that paid for my Mazda 6 payment back then. I mean, that paid for my rent. How would you like to get a guaranteed 1,100 hours a month after 90 days of working here? That's the dream. Well, if you utilize the law of exposure, and again, this is for the everyday agent, what's a good parameter to set up, right? A good standard to set is a minimum of 4 sales per week. Anybody can do that. And I'm going to tell you something. One of the things that I got really good at was teaching people how to close 4 deals a week. Like bare minimum, 4 deals a week, 4 deals a week, 4 deals a week. I don't care if they're $500 deals, $1,000 deals, 2,000, but you want to close at least 4 deals a week so that you have enough exposure to start accumulating residual income. That's the law of exposure. Close 4 deals a week consistently. Come heck or high water, every single week, you do 4 sales. Now, hey, if you do 8 sales for the week, can you take off the next week? No, because you have to close a minimum of 4 deals a week to allow the law of exposure to work for you and not against you. I hope this was helpful. If this was helpful for you, give me a like, follow, and subscribe. I appreciate you. I love you. Let's go crush it. Let's go build generational wealth in this beautiful industry called the life insurance industry. With that being said, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.